Hello everyone, welcome to another topic in biochemistry nutrition. So today we are going to talk about vitamin A. So let us move towards the introduction of the vitamin A. So as we all know, the vitamin A, the vitamin A is the unsaturated nutrient organic compound. The vitamin A is the unsaturated nutrient organic compound that includes retinol and retinoic acid. And the provitamins of the vitamin A are alpha carotenoids and beta carotene. And yet to mention, I have already mentioned in the classification is that the vitamin A is the fat soluble vitamin. So what are the various functions of the vitamin? Let us move towards the various functions of the vitamin. The vitamin A are antioxidant. They act as antioxidants. The vitamin A also function as the constituents of the visual pigment. It also helps in the growth and development. The normal epithelial cells require vitamin A to change into specialized tissues like pancreatic cell and mucus secreting cells. The vitamin A also prevents squamous metaplasia, and the vitamin A are used to treat measles and acute promyelocytic leukemia. Now let us move towards the various sources of vitamins. What are the various sources of vitamin? Mainly there are two sources, animal sources and vegetable sources. In the animal sources, milk, butter, cheese, egg yolk and liver are the vitamin A sources. The rich source of vitamin A is fish liver oils, cod liver and shark liver oils are the very rich sources of vitamin A. In the vegetable sources, we find the beta carotene, which is the provitamin of the vitamin A. The leafy vegetable, green leafy vegetable and other leafy vegetable are rich in vitamin A. The carrots, papaya, mango and pumpkins are also one of the sources of the vitamin A. So now what is the daily recommendation of the vitamin A? Daily recommended dose of the vitamin A. If we look at the child, the daily recommended dose is 400 to 600 microgram per day. In the man it is 750 to 1000 microgram per day, and in the woman it is 750 microgram per day. Now let us discuss what are the various manifestations that occur if there is vitamin A deficiency. The various manifestations are classified according to WHO classification of vitamin A deficiency. And the WHO classification of vitamin A deficiency, it is classified as the earliest manifestation XN, that is night blindness, X1A conjunctival xerosis, X1B the Bitot spot, X2 corneal xerosis, X3A the corneal ulceration that includes less than one third of the corneal surface. The X3B the corneal in here X3B the corneal ulceration includes greater or equal to one third of the corneal surface, whereas the XS denotes the corneal scar and the XF denote xerophthalmic fundus. Other various manifestations that occur due to deficiency of vitamin A are dry and scaly skin, and also there will be the immunosuppression. Also there will be hamper in the growth and development. The normal epithelial cells will not be changed into specialized tissue, and if there is vitamin A deficiency, then there will be more squamous cell metaplasia, more chance of cancer will occur. So now let us move towards what will be their hypervitaminosis A. What will happen if there is excess of vitamin A? If there will be the excess of vitamin A, there will be the two condition, acute and chronic condition we see. In the acute there will be the nausea, vomiting, vertigo and blurred vision will be there. And in the chronic hypervitaminosis A, we see the alopecia, dry skin, hepatic toxicity and enlargement, arthalgia and idiopathic intracranial hypotension also can be seen in the excess vitamin A. We should mind that we should never give vitamin A to we should never give vitamin A externally to the pregnant woman, because it is teratogenic. Vitamin A is teratogenic. The vitamin A can induce cleft lip, cleft palate, and cardiac abnormalities. So before prescribing the isotretinoin, we always do urine pregnancy test, and we must ensure that the woman of the reproductive age is under the contraception before prescribing the isotretinoin, and we should always explain the hazard of teratogenic effect of the vitamin A while prescribing to women of reproductive health group. So these are the various topic we discuss. We discuss the brief introduction, we discuss function, we discuss sources, daily recommendation, we also discuss the deficiency and what are the various effect that occurs when there is excess of vitamin A. I hope you understood this lecture. So in the subsequent lecture we will discuss about the various other vitamins like vitamin A, B, C, D and K subsequently. Thank you.